Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be Backstreets from Born to Run. Thanks very much to Cosmo Music and Chris G for the request. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon for notifications. Also be sure to follow to the end of the video just in case I go through any parts that aren't in the walkthrough. Okay, so what I'll do now is play the whole song through and then come back and go through all the individual parts. See you in a bit. welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so I found a backing track for this song, but for some reason the intro and the outro is cut out slightly. So in the backing track that I'm playing over, you come in the main break riff. So what I'll do, I'll just play that. So this happens at the end of the intro. And also it happens again in the first break and the second break. Okay, so it's a cool little triplet riff. So chord wise, Bruce tends to play his G's like this. Sometimes I'm not even sure if he plays the second fret A string. It's more kind of blocking out the A string. I think it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so it's just a normal G chord. He's strumming on the 1, and then he's going 1, 2, and then a quaver on the and of 2. So 1, 2, and he's hitting the 3rd fret E string, 2nd fret A string, then open D string, open G string, and then 2nd fret D string, which is an E, which goes over the E minor chord. So, and 3 of those notes are triplet crotchets. So you got that nice triplet rhythm going on there. So that bar, those 2 bars again. So 1, 2, and 3, like that. So 1, 2. So that comes in the intro, end of the intro. So it does it 4 times in the main intro. Then you've got the first break where it does it twice. So the main chords behind that are G, 2, 2, 3, 4. Of course, it's a cool little little triplet riff there. So what we'll do now is we'll go through the verse sections. Again, like I say in other videos, I like to kind of get the main gist of what Bruce is doing, because the problem is Bruce is always going to pick something or strum something slightly different every time he plays it. So I'm getting the main gist of what he's doing. He can change it up a little bit. There's literally no point in notating every nook and cranny, because he will do something different every single time. Okay, so the main gist of what he's doing. So in the verse sections, I've suggested doing a G, kind of strumming it, and the rhythm wise you've got this 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So down, down, up, up. Now you can add some notes and feel free to embellish those as well. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So you've got a crotchet, then a quaver, 1, 2, and 2 quavers, sorry, 1, 2, and 3, and there's a tie, and then you've got a open B string. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then do that. So down, down, and then pick the E string and then the B string. I'm kind of suggesting in the tab in the walkthrough, I've got a chord followed by a single note, 3rd fret E, and then 3rd fret on the high E string, and then open B. 1, and then E minor. And do that 3 times. This is the first verse we're doing. And then do the same thing, that same sort of picking style, the D major chord. So again, kind of doing a chord, and then kind of the root note or the first couple of strings, and then the E and the B strings. And then in brackets, so also I'll put up the song structure up on the screen now, just to show you roughly the chord order, etc, etc. So again, don't forget the intro, and the intro is not a full intro because the backing track doesn't come in until a bit later, until that main riff bit we just did. I will do the other extra bit of the intro and the guitar solo in the Patreon account that I'm going to be starting in January. So yeah, so the idea is in chords in brackets are, you know, however many chords are in 1 bar in those brackets, so that kind of makes sense. So if you look at the first verse, what I've done is G and E minor times 3. Okay, so that's that bit. 2, and then 3, then D, and see here they've got C and D in brackets. That basically means you're going to do half a bar of C, half bar of D. Okay, so but with the C I suggested, I think he definitely does this on the first verse. You might change it up on the second and third verses. As long as you keep the kind of half a bar of each chord, that'll work really well. So suggest doing a picking pattern, starting from the A string. So down, up, and then the same with the D. So you've got quavers there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So I'll show you that. So hopefully that makes sense. The song structure's there to give you a big gist because there's a lot of chord changes in this song. It's about 6 minutes long. It's crazy big, but awesome song as usual from Bruce. So I'll just go through that first verse again. So G, E minor, G, E minor, and the third time, D, half bar of C, D. Cool, so then what we'll do is we'll look at the second verse. So the second verse, you can see by the song structure, what you've got is a G and the E minor, only does it twice this time. So you've got the G, E minor, got D, C, A minor, and the tab I've suggested, I think it sounds quite nice, just picking kind of the middle 4 strings rather than the E and the B. So down, down, up, up. More like I'm basically picking it how you would kind of normally strum it with the action as down and up strokes, which Bruce does a lot. And if you check out some of my other videos, it's the same kind of thing. So after the A minor, you've got that half a bar of C and half a bar of D again. Again, don't forget you can strum it if you want, do something like this. Instead, if you're not comfortable with the picking. So I'll just show you that second verse again and how it differs from the first verse. So you've got G, E minor, G, E minor, D, C, A minor, C, D. Cool, and then you've got the third verse. Again, this is just kind of an extension of the second verse. So with the bars that we just did in the second verse, they're all in the third verse, and you just got an extra bit on the end. So you got it starts off the same, G, E minor for twice. Then D, and C, A minor, C, and D, and then you've got E minor. And after all the time, just like all the rest, over the E minor and B minor. So this B minor only occurs once in this song. I'll do the same sort of picking pattern, and then C major, and then C, D, and then you're into the third chorus. So I'll show you that third verse again. So G, E minor, D, C, A minor, C, D, E minor. Again, same picking pattern. B minor, C, C. Again, you don't have to do exactly the strumming I'm doing there. It's just a suggested strumming pattern that works really well and pretty close to what he's doing sort of every time. But feel free to embellish it, because Bruce will do that and he'll do it different every single time. Okay, so what we're going to do now is go through the first chorus, the second chorus and the third chorus, also the chords in the middle 8 section, which is the key change section, and also the chords behind the guitar solo. So the chorus section, I've suggested doing a strumming pattern. It's a bit more, it feels a bit more strummy, this bit. So your classic down, down, up, down, up pattern. 1 crotchet, 6 quavers, and one of them is tied. So, okay, so it's the main chorus section. So I'm looking at the first, second, and third choruses are all exactly the same in terms of structure. So you've got 1 bar of G, 1 bar of C, and G and C again. Yeah, so G, C, G, C, full bars of each. Okay, and now you've got the G and C in brackets in the song structure here. The song structures also will be in the description as well. So I've suggested doing 1 crotchet, 2 quavers for a 2-beat pattern. Okay, so these are the chords in brackets in the chorus. Okay, so you got this down, down, up on the G. So 1 crotchet, 2 quavers, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Okay, and then I've got this. This is kind of the end of the chorus. Suggested going 1, 2, and 3, 4. So basically what's happening is you've got this G, and then you've got this passing note, which I'm doing just a 2nd fret E string, which is an F sharp. So 1, 2, and 3, and then E minor afterwards. So this is the 2nd set of brackets in the chorus section. So far we've got this G major, C major, G major, C major, half bar G, half bar C. Then you got 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that E minor is for 2 beats, and the G major is going down, down, up. It's the same as the previous bar, but I want you to do an upstroke on the 2nd fret E string, and then E minor, and then hold the next bar is just a C, 2 for a whole bar, semi-brief. Okay, so I'll show you that. So the structure for all the chorus sections are exactly the same. Okay, so G, C, G, C, half bar G, half bar C, G, F sharp, E minor. So 1, 2, and 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Cool, and often the choruses go into the break. So the first chorus goes into that break section. Okay, so in terms of structure, yeah, you've got first chorus, first break, 2nd verse, 2nd chorus, 2nd break. So after the 2nd break, we've got the middle 8 section. Okay, so for the middle 8 section, I've suggested doing the kind of down, down, up, up, down, up with picking as well. I think that suits this bit. It's roughly what it's doing. Again, it's quite hard to hear exactly what's going on because there's so many different layers. Don't forget that a lot of Bruce's songs are piano led. This being one, so a lot of the piano bit, the guitar parts are really stripped back into the mix. The only ones that are really, really prominent are those bits. So yeah, so it's been quite challenging working out roughly what it's doing, but as long as you've got the main chord shapes and the rhythm right, that'll work really well. So the middle 8 section, I suggested you've got A, so it goes up I think yes, in G major. The song's in G major, so it goes up a tone, transposes into A major. So instead of going G and E minor, you've got A and F sharp minor. Okay. So what happens is you've got A, F sharp minor 3 times. Bruce often plays his A's like this. You're kind of playing the middle 4 strings and barring. So down, down, up, down, up. So the same way you strum that kind of pattern, down, down, up, down, up, and then F sharp minor. So F sharp minor, and then so bar the 2nd fret, 3rd and 4th fingers on the A and the D string and the 4 frets. So down, down, up, down, up. We're kind of picking the E, the B, and the G strings. So A, F sharp minor for 3 times, and then E major, D major, D major, E major, A major, D major, D major, E major, A major, E major, F sharp minor again, B major. So this is the only instance where the B major comes up. So you've got a B minor that we went through in the end of the 3rd verse. This is a B major this time, at the end of the middle 8. This kind of build-up section, which also happens in the interlude, I've suggested going downstroke quavers. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 for 2 bars. Okay, so again, with songs like this, the main challenge is actually remembering the order of all the chords because there's a lot going on here. But yeah, so the song structure should help you there. Okay, so you've got A major to F sharp minor 3 times. So one more round of that. E major, D major, then another D, E, A, D, another D, E major, A major, E major, F sharp minor, B major, 2 bars of D. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go through the chords that are underneath the guitar solo. Okay, so basically what you've got is G, same kind of picking pattern as you would do in the verses. So 3 times through G in E minor, G, and then C at the end. Again, I will be doing the guitar solo in the Patreon thing at some point. It took so long to do the rest of it as it is, to be fair. But yeah, we'll come back to that at some point. So that's the guitar solo chord. So just quite simple: G, E minor times 3, and then G, and then the hold on the C major chord. Cool. So now onto the interlude section. So this is the bit where it kind of all strips down. The actual guitar comes out. You know, hiding on the Backstreets. So it builds up. So in terms of chords, this is in the actual song structure, put G and C times 4, but you're not actually playing on this bit. This is just a sort of piano and the bass, I think. So it's more remembering there's 8 bars of rest, okay? And then you can actually hear a kind of a little riff. I don't know if it's Stevie doing it. So it says G to C times 6. So it's just this, the riff that you can kind of hear in the record, but it's quite low down in the mix. I think he's doing this: open G, 2nd fret D, open D, 2nd fret G. So you got that's the rhythm. And you do another open D and 2nd fret D. So 1 E and a 2 and 3 and. It's kind of a funny sort of 16th note strumming picking pattern there. So open G, 2nd fret D, open D, 2nd fret D, open D, 2nd fret D, and then you've got this 2nd fret G, and then grace note slide. So you're going to slide straight away to the 4th fret G, then 2nd fret G, and then open G. So that's this. So it's definitely on the record, and it sounds really cool. I've only really, since obviously trying to dissect the song, I'm only really sort of focused in on that. So it is a cool little melody that actually is going on in the background. So don't forget, you can slow down the video on the walkthrough via the cog icon in YouTube. You can do that with any video, just to see the sort of tab pop in and out. So that's so once you've done that 6 times, that riff, so that's a 2-bar riff. It's done 6 times over basically G and C. That's what the other instruments are doing. Cool. And then you've got an A minor, same picking pattern as before, and then you've got an F. So this is the only time this happens in the song. And then 2 bars of D. You can do the build-up bars, or you can do your own picking pattern. Something like that will work. Cool. So the interlude again, it's kind of the build-up section. You've got basically 8 bars where you're not doing anything that goes over, which is behind a G and C chord, and then you've got that cool 2-bar riff, 6 times, and then you've got the A minor, F, 2 bars of D. I think sometimes he also does maybe puts a bit of D sus4 in there. It's quite hard to hear. When you put your little finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, it's a great D sus4 chord. So you can play around with that as well if you think adds to the song. Cool, so then we've got the outro. So the outro basically just starts off as a normal chorus. We've got the G and the C strumming, but 4 times. So we've got number 2, then number 3, number 4. This is where the actual backing track fades out, so I'm kind of playing this bit on my own in the walkthrough. And then you've got that kind of, I call this kind of D with the stabs. So stabs basically be going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So 1 and you can either rest it or let it ring out. So you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so you can do it downstrokes or alternate, so down, up, down, up. Might be another way of doing it. And then you've got this kind of triplet crotchet run, which is really cool. So the main thing here is to kind of get the main root notes ringing. So this is what's happening in the melody. I'm kind of playing a kind of broken C chord, so open G and. So here, basically what I'm doing is technically it's a C5 power chord. I'm getting kind of C major shape, blocking out the D string. So all I'm playing is the 3rd fret A string, open G, 1st fret B string. And then I can kind of do this run and it rings cleaner. So, and then, so the 2nd chord is this, which is almost like a C over B. And then kind of open A string with those other strings, then 3rd fret E string, then open A string, 2nd fret B. I just think it feels it has a bit more impact instead of going to have that kind of partial C chord in there as well. So it's like this. It sounds a bit nicer, I think. And I think it's roughly what he does. So it's almost like you've got a C and then kind of do running almost like a walking bass line. So that's kind of, I put that in the song structure down as riff, okay? So you obviously need to check the tab. So you got that D major kind of bar, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So again, triplet crotchets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you got bar of C major, again picking as we've done before, then D, then G, 2 bars of C, and 1 bar of D, then G where you hold it, 2, 3, 4 for a whole bar, then D for a whole bar, and then you've basically got another riff, which is kind of slows down. So although in the tab and the walkthrough I put it as a bar, it's basically slowing down gradually. And I've got it kind of that C5 open power chord where I'm blocking out the D string. So 3rd fret A, open G, 1st fret B, and then the B in the root note, then A in the root note, and then the 2nd fret on the F sharp on the E string, and then G major. So I just play the whole of the outro section, okay? So you got G major, C, so this is all the strumming. This is round 2, and round 3, round 4, and you've got this offbeat stuff, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and triplets. C major, D, G, C, another C, another D, G, hold it, 2, 3, 4, D, 1, 2, 3, then you're slowing down with those kind of running, walking bass line notes. Cool, so I think that's pretty much all the parts. Again, I will probably come back in the Patreon videos. I'll set that up with the intro, some cool little fiddly bits in the intro, actually, it's quite cool, and then the guitar solo. But that's pretty much the gist of the song. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Any comments or suggestions, or feel free to hit me up in the comments, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and give it a thumbs up if you've liked the video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.